Order, order. In the courts. Here we go. I'm back. So, oops. Okay, now my mic is on. Okay, so it's going to be challenging, but I'm going to prove that Bibi Fatima Zahra, the progeny of Prophet Muhammad, they were false. They were not true Syeds, princes. Um, although something about Imam Ali I got, who was born in the house of, you know, God or something like this, coming from the house of God. So we were told he was born from the house of, in the Kaaba, which then later became the house of God. In the Psalm, I find Psalm in the Bible, Psalm 118, right? That whole thing about Imam Ali, and I was saying, wow, I found something on Imam Ali in the Bible. As we are told that although the Bible has been changed, I didn't know that by word of mouth it has been changed. So that Dr. David Wood pointed out to me, to us in one of his videos. Why do I say to me? And so, anyways, let's see if this is starting. I don't see my live stream has. Oh, now waiting for Zahra Berserk, Ex-Shia Truth Seeker 1. It hasn't started actually. Yeah, 2 minutes. One, two, three. So let's play. Oh, now. Okay, so hello, greetings again. Now it has started. So after how many minutes? Okay, takes around 3 minutes to start while I gave my introduction here. How challenging it was in my previous live stream. I just mentioned that now I've given myself another challenge. I cannot do anything else. Okay, last night I prepared my food, but I'm so engrossed in this. Let's see, things I need, I postponed for tomorrow because I found something here. So in my previous live stream, I said a challenge. I'm going to show that it's going to be very challenging. That Prophet Muhammad's progeny was not the true. They were not the holy family progeny, holy progeny of Prophet Muhammad, and they were not Sayyids, princes, things like that. So what I found here was that thank God I came to Surah Hashar, and I found that in the Bible, so out from here, my files, with introductory, excuse me, funny video, order, 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 right? What I found here in the Bible verse of Moses, 12 springs is in the Bible. So if you're not a Shia and you come here, so let me just introduce what Shia is. Shia Islam is that we believe in the Holy Five, and who are the Holy Five? You can make life easy for me by reading this. If you like reading, Prophet to okay purification verse, you'll find that Surah Azab verse 33. Ali, Fatima, Hassan, and Hussein. Uh, the Shias only take them as mentioned in the verse to purify you with a thorough purification, and not Aisha, Zubair, and Talha like the Sunni Muslims would take, right? They include Aisha, Zubair, and Talha. Some Ahl Sunnat. So you can read the whole thing, but Panjatan Pak or Holy Five. When I say Panjatan Pak in Urdu, it means the Holy Five. Or Persian is it? Panjatan Pak. I don't know. Okay, Urdu, Persian, Panjatan Pak. So what I've just had a finding 108, yeah. Surah Qasr is so it's 108 here. Uh-huh. PM or AM, I can't. No, no, you know it's PM here. You can see. So Surah Qasr is 108. And then in that, it says your enemy is without issue. So I'm going to show you that and what not will I be showing you, right? What not? So I thought it was very challenging. I said, oh my God, what have I said in my previous live stream? How will I prove that? Ask those who know. So, you can even, they say, ask those who know. The Shia say that they're the holy progeny of Prophet Muhammad. After Prophet Muhammad, there's Ali. If you don't know about the Quran, you can ask about the Quran to our Imams. After Ali is Hassan and Hussein and goes on. So 12 springs of Prophet Moses, Tabuk province. So then they came to Elim. This is from the Bible, by the way, Old Testament. As they traveled on the, so this is garycombs.org. I don't mean any copyrights infringement. 70 palm trees, 12 springs. 12 springs are in the Quran ayat too. I will show you that Quran ayat. But before I show you the Quran ayat, this is for the truth. So I've come here risking my copyrights. I don't to do any copyrights infringement, however you may say it. So there were 70 palm trees, 12 wells of water, and so that Moses took note of the number of wells and palms seems significant. So it's a significant thing for Moses. 12 wells of water, one for each of the 12 tribes of Israel, and 70 palm trees, the same number of persons in Jacob's house. So Shias, if you're wondering, 72 in Karbala, and you're going to say, well, 2 is missing, don't ever do this. Okay? Um, Comparing the 72 in Karbala with Imam Hussein or including Imam Hussein, and you find, oh, I found a sign here, right? Don't do that, please. And you will see why and you will not do it when I end this live stream. Jacob's house that had first moved to Egypt some 400 years earlier. 70 was also the number of the Israelite elders appointed by Moses. I think Moses and the Israelites must have been as encouraged by these numbers as they were by the water and shade. These numbers continue to be significant in the New Testament. Okay, so no copyrights infringement intended. garycombs.org, Eastgate Church. But I really have to show my Shias this. Now, what is important? I'll show you the 12 springs. You see, Moses had appointed 12 elders, Israelite elders. They didn't have any like we have here. You have seen Sunni, Shia, one saying this, another saying this, hatred for each other. Or at least if the Shias don't have hatred for the Sunnis, but if they when they kill us. Okay, let's be on the safe side and just say, just keep the oppressed, killed ones and their family members aside for a while, right? And see the conflict that is there. So my heart goes out to you, people oppressed, and your family members in Pakistan. Oh yes, and family friend of mine who was killed. Her, her son was killed by the Sipai Sahiba. He said, every time I come out, I will kill a Shia. I will get a, they get paradise. So let that go, right? For now. No, no, no. Just kidding. Because my heart, I can't take it. Anyway, so shall I? So read very good objections coming here that I'm not reading in context, and I should read the Quran ayats in context. And what does it mean by how can you read the Quran ayat in context when one reason contradiction? You see so many contradictory ayats and discrepancies. Now, with what face you come here? But very challenging. But no, no, no. Maybe a American will say very challenging, or a European will say quite nice, quite good, jolly good, right? Jolly good that we should read the Quran ayats in context. Now he's coming and telling me, Akbar Ali Rahut, या अगर आप राजपूत से हैं फैमिली से हैं और थोड़ा नेम चेंज कर लिया तो मुझे नहीं पता तो इधर हम चलते हैं नहीं नहीं इधर इधर palm trees under our eyes what a criminal or and I will show you the Jews of Yathrib in the ayat Surah Jummah ayat तो वो डॉक्टर नोमान अली खान ने कहा कि ये दूसरे ये जूस थे जो अपने आप को जूस बोलते थे और बनी इसराइल नहीं नहीं एंड यानी ये बहुत खराब लोग थे पता नहीं कैसे 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 अच्छा sorry with due respect to I will show you this verse where it says 12 springs 12 springs did I prepare myself still I will just 12 springs of Moses तो ये हम देखेंगे कुरान आयत में भी है कुरान में भी है आयत कुरान आयत में भी they wronged not us but it was themselves that they wronged Ooh. We divided them into 12 tribes nations and we inspired Moses when his people asked him for water saying smite with thy staff the rock and there gushed forth therefrom 12 springs so that each tribe knew their drinking place. Na larai karte the, they wouldn't fight or anything. They were there were 12 springs divided but yet united. They wronged themselves. Surah Araf ki ayat hai 160. Sorry if I didn't read this out and the screen doesn't focus. Surah Hashar में हमारे साइंस हैं इन योरसेल्व्स मैं हुई का भी साइन देखना चाह रही हूँ कहाँ है कुरान आयत में है बेचारा and we divided them into 12 tribes forming them into communities नहीं इधर they did not wrong themselves when his people asked Moses for water we directed कहाँ चला जाता है we divided them in 12 tribes as distinct nations we revealed Musa when his people asked him for water strike the stone with your stick and there gushed forth out of it 12 springs each group knew its own place for water we shaded them with the clouds and sent down upon them almana and quails saying, eat of the good things which we have provided you. They harmed us not, but they used to harm themselves. Hmm? अल्लाह कह रहा है कि हियर हर बात पे यानी अ, क्या यानी हार्म्ड दे डिडन्ट हार्म sorry, excuse me. I have a crack down, crack down, crack up, breakdown. Oh, sorry. um, गालिब काबा किस मुंह से जाओगे कि शर्म तुमको नहीं आती अ, शायरी पोम गजल है क्या मुझे and we divided them into 12 not- they and because they wronged us but they were wronging themselves अपने आप पे जुल्म कर रहे थे oh and there in the Old Testament we're told that this Moses was they took this as a sign and it was like a great thing 70 palm trees अरे इसने तो अरे oh my goodness कैसा देखें and you know why I hated hatred Surah Qasar, according to the Shias, is the Jews were the polytheists were taunting him that you don't have a child, your progeny will not be um, continued, and this and that. From the daughter, what progeny? You don't have a son, and all this. Qasar is stands for Bibi Fatima Zahra, his daughter. And then the ayat goes like, okay, your enemy will be cut off, but I think it says like the one who hates you will be cut off. One who hates you. तो इधर थोड़ा-थोड़ा झलक दिखने में आ रहा है कि ये जूस को इसका अल्लाह बहुत और ये बहुत हेट करते थे, हाँ? दे wronged द इधर लेकिन बाइबल में नहीं है कि दे wronged themselves that's why they were shown this. Or maybe it is. लेकिन मुझे तो इधर बहुत जूस के अगेंस्ट गड़बड़ लग रही है, हेट्रेड लग रही है। बार-बार लाइक अ, सूरह फत की आयत में बदूअन वो जूस थे यथरिब के, यथरिब में रह रहे थे बदूअन्स। वो नहीं चाहते थे लड़ना, फिर सूरह मुनाफ़िकून मैंने वो किया था ना, कंपेयर किया था उस आयत पे जहाँ जूस को कहते हैं कि दे से विथ देयर माउथ्स व्हाट दे डोंट मीन विद इन देयर हार्ट्स। आस्क दोज़ हू नो आप जानते हैं कि ये सूरह 16 वर्स 43 भी है, तो मैं आई वाज़ लाइक शुडन्ट इट बी द अहले किताब, the ones who know before even Prophet Muhammad came to know. सूरह बकरा की आयत भी है 60 आराफ में सिर्फ नहीं है and remember when Moses prayed for water for his people and we replied strike the rock with thy staff Moses prayed for water for his people and they were wronging themselves in सूरह आराफ में लिखा है तो आप देख रहे हैं थोड़ा do you see the prejudice the hatred the grudge for the Jews how the wordings are changed from the Old Testament to this. And even from this ayat to this Surah Araf ayat, what number? 160. So what I found until now, what I just came to share. I can't believe I could find it so quickly. शायद वो जूस जो यथरब में रह रहे थे वो उनमें से कोई चीफ सैयद था प्रिंस था because Moses had already like elders को अपॉइंट किया हुआ था और उनकी रेस से आ रहे थे ना When Moses was alive, he already had appointed 12 or some elders. So from the 12 hearts, 12 springs, so 12 elders. और देखें शिया और सुन्नी में कितना हमारे ऊपर एक कर्स हो गया ना कि एक दूसरे को नहीं मानते बिकॉज ऑफ द कॉन्फ्लिक्ट इन द कुरान आयत क्लियर नहीं है आई डोंट ब्लेम द सुन्नीज नाउ एट दिस टाइम लाइक मैं भी देख रही हूँ कि ये कर्मा हम पे हम पे एक कर्स आया बिकॉज डेफिनेटली जूस पे जुल्म हुआ है यथरिब Jews of Yathrib. And they wronged us not, but they were only wronging themselves. हाँ एल्डर्स का मैं क्यों मैंने मेंशन किया अपॉइंटमेंट ना मोसेस ने अपॉइंट किया 12 इजराइली एल्डर्स और इधर देखें रसूलुल्लाह कुरान है फिर भी इख्तलाफ कॉन्फ्लिक्ट बिटवीन Shia Sunni, they cannot reconcile whether Imam Ali was appointed or whether any other Sahab. They say no, that they can't reconcile with one person appointed by Prophet Muhammad. The Shia say Imam Ali, the Sunnis say Abu Bakr, and then they have election, shura, or you can do this, or you. This is how there's various ways you can appoint a leader. But so it's all very complicated for me to explain right now because I'm not in that thing of explaining. Sorry. Ahle Abba kaun the Chadar, people of the, once I heard this majlis of on Bibi Fatma Zahra that the Jew recognized Bibi Fatma Zahra and he went and he checked his books. And I'm not going to take the name of the Zakir. He's gone now, sorry. So better not. But his video, I think, is, let me just check here, Ahle Abba. You see how he has stolen from the Jews and made all of us Ahle Abba Majlis, Shia Majlis. Uh, uh, Allama. So you can have a good look at what is in front of the screen. 160 ayat of Surah Araf. Ahle Abba. Yes, 17 Safar, Majlis, Ahle Abba. Okay? So I'm not wrong. Shias, I just not to give a name. You know who was Safiya bint Huway? From Moses, right? Because once Aisha says something against, there's a hadith from the Sunni side, and you can check that. And then Rasulullah tell the other wife of who say thing, that she's Jewish, and they like that, right? No, so Safiya bint Huway? No, we look at Safiya bint Huway. So, after cutting the palm trees down, haram. You cannot cut the palm because for the Jews, this was at the Moses' time. It was like a miracle. It was a miracle. And even the numbers fit and everything. 70 palm trees. He has what he cut down. In Surah Hashar ayat, we are told, I will go there later. And now, Will you people not read the Muslims in context like I am showing you here? So I come back to my life dream. Haq ki baat hai haq, justice, very dear to me. Even if it be against myself, my parents, mother, father. कौन ऐसा कर सकता है? कौन पाकिस्तानी है ऐसा कर सकता है? Huh? So where it is say here, it mentioned that hadith, maybe I look and find marriage to Muhammad. Muhammad advised Safiya to convert to Islam. She accepted and agreed to become Muhammad's wife. Please correct this. Safiya did not bear any. Okay. Regarding Safiya's Jewish descent, Muhammad once said to his wife that if other women insulted her, okay, to his wife Safiya, insulted what? Who are these other women? I thought one of the wives or something. Sorry. So if I'm wrong, I apologize for the mistake I made. Said to his wife that if other women insulted her for her Jewish heritage and were jealous because of her beauty, she was to respond, my father ancestor Harun was a prophet. Harun was a prophet, my father ancestor. Okay, my father, she's calling Harun my father, was a prophet. My uncle, his brother, Musa, was a prophet. She's calling Harun my father. And my husband, oh, forget this, man. No, I'm not to read this. So now where is it? Where's the hadith? Companion to the Quran based on Arbery translation, page 237, citation M, no, sorry, WM what? But this from Sunni sources, right? Oh my God. Wait a minute. She has called who? Why it escape you? She she doesn't call Huwei her father. She calls Harun her father. My father, ancestor Harun. Maybe it means her father's ancestry from Harun was a prophet. So not clear. Jewish heritage, Safiya. You remember all this ayats due to rivalry and all this, jealousy. The Jews or even the Jews? Hmm, I can't take it. Muhammad married and he hate the Jews so much. He killed her father. And now I know you will say that there are some good verses, are there? But the more good verses on captive. She's a captive, ma. Oh, what your right hands possess here in Arabic, or a wife. No, his. No, yes, I don't know, but this I not just I not to believe. What I see and how I take it, I believe it. During the reign of Muawiyah, was buried graveyard. Safiya died. Sided with. She didn't even side with Ali. She sided with Uthman ibn Affan. Why? Why? And defended him at his last meeting with Ali, Aisha, and Abdul. She's the only wife who defended, not even Aisha defended Uthman ibn Affan. Why? Why you not go deep into these things until it come to the end and it's very, very clear. You have no doubt about this. That what you gave us, that Prophet Muhammad and four others, are the Holy Five, that there's no doubt about it, that he never ever did the zulm on anyone, right? He never take anyone's right, snatching. Wait, forget all this complication, but just to remember these, you come here, calling out to my Shias with the respect and care more. Like, okay, Safiya bint Way, Holy Five, where I take you, Surah Ashar. But the Bible verse somewhere we can take, like I took the Psalm of 118 seeing the sign of Imam Ali, right? Now you come here. I mean, sorry, excuse me. तुम्हारे बाप के हुए हैं क्या? You come here. तुम तो ऐसे बोलती हो जैसे हम शिया तुम्हारे बाप के फॉलोअर्स हैं. Sorry, my rudeness and all this. He it is who drove out the disbelievers among the people of the scripture, i.e., the Jews of tribe of Banu. Allah, 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 Allah. I not have the heart, but I will try my best to read this. From their homes at the first gathering, my voice turning faint. You did not think that they would get out. Terror and you know these 70. So from the 70 palm trees, maybe in remembrance. What did Safiya bint Huwais? She definitely from Harun, right? She calls Harun the prophet. Harun or Musa. Oh, you are told to look at the signs of Allah on the horizons, and these signs are coming. And these are also ayats of Allah. अल्लाह ही अल्लाह किया करो दुख न किसी को दिया करो. So I come here, I not have heard, but I come because another pulling me, another passion, truth to share with you, to show you, to correct you that you are doing matam for the Salim who took the haq, who took, snatched away, and broke houses and the trees, the signs of elder that time of Musa, cutting down the trees, palm trees. Get it straight now, Shias, get it straight. Correct yourselves. I want to correct you. So then tomorrow when you go for Mata Majlis, Ramadan coming, you will go for Haidar Karar's Majlis, Amals. But at least you know now, at least you see a little bit here. I show you, right? हक छीना है, हक छीना है. जिसका जिन लोगों का हक छीना है, हारून व मूसा रेलिक्स. हाँ, इधर कहते हैं हारून व मूसा. नहीं इधर, लेट्स सी इफ यू हैव सेव्ड इट. रेलिक्स का कहाँ गया लास्ट टाइम आए? कौसर. हाँ, रेलिक्स का है ना यहाँ. अल्लाह अल्लाह हुए के पास हो सकता है ना. अभी आपने सफिया बिन्त हुई का देखा हदीस विकिपीडिया पे? कोई शक? जिहाल मिस्कीन मदन बरंदे बेचारा दिल में, कोई शक? ये इंडियन सॉन्ग था, हाँ, मिथुन चक्रवर्ती का. आई मीन वो एक्टर था, उसने लिप सिंगिंग की थी movie. It will have a reassuring peace. Sakina. इमाम हुसैन ने अपनी बेटी का नाम रुकैया रखा, लेकिन टाइटल क्या दिया? ये सब जूस से आया इन्होंने। जूस से छोड़िए। चोर 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 मचाए शोर। नहीं, चोर तो हाँ, चोर ऐसे शोर मचाते हैं, अगेंस्ट द जूस। आपको याद है वो आयत जो हिपोक्रेट समझते हैं कि हर कोई हमारे पीछे है? इसको भी ये बीमारी थी, दिल की डिजीज्ड हार्ट। फुआद देखेगा, क्या देखेगा इस डिजीज्ड हार्ट से जो हिपोक्रेट्स को मैसेकर किया है कंप्लीटली। सूरह अहज़ाब आयत 60 to 61 कहता है कि दिस इज द वे ऑफ अल्लाह। So here we go. It will have a reassuring peace from your Lord, and the relics remain. मुझे सच मिल गया। Sorry, I crack up and break down. मुझे तो I can't cry. Already have headache. If I cry, no, you are supposed to. I cannot read this. Sorry. No, Zara, split personality. No, Zara, you read this. No, I can't. You complete the Surah Baqarah at 248 if it is not. आगे आगे देखिए होता है क्या? Is this enough? Let me go back to that. You see here, and then I will go. No, I have to show you Surah Hashar. So palm trees, according to the Jews, it would not be allowed to. In remembrance, remember, 70 palm trees, right? Some palm trees you cut down, and some you kept. Shocking wave RM. I really, I'm sorry for this. मुझे ये करना है. I've come here, okay, to do this. Now you see, 70 palm trees. मोहम्मद का कुछ नहीं ब्रेक करो. मोहम्मद को कुछ बोलो भी नहीं. रिस्पेक्ट करो. कुछ बोलो नहीं. क्वेश्चन भी नहीं करो. ये अल्लाह के साइंस थे. Is so 70 was also the number 70 elders, Israelite elders, appointed by Moses. अच्छा, मोसेस ने कहा कि ये स्प्रिंग वाटर्स, अल्लाह बेचारे ये थके हुए travelers, as they traveled on I didn't read this properly, sorry. Why are these numbers significant? Gary Combs tells us in his article. As they traveled on, the Israelites came to Elim, on an oasis located along the eastern side of the Red Sea near the desert of Sin or Sin, because it's capital. It's not, please, वो गुना नहीं लिखा है. Sin है, Sin. Capital में लिखा है. It must have been a wonderful sight for the weary travelers as they saw 12 wells of water and a grove of 70 palm trees. So, of course, they made camp in this place of water and shade. इधर कोई wrong wonging themselves नहीं लिखा है. I think that's why they made up this thing that चलो तुम लोग जाओ. कहते हो अल्लाह के लिए be thirsty and whatever and fight in the cause of Allah. Jihad karo, ye karo. तो इन्होंने ना टेस्ट किया दोनों ने, हॉस्टेजेस ले रहा है, ये ले रहा है कि वो आ रहे हैं, तबुक, बैटल ऑफ तबुक, बाइजेंटाइन आ रहे हैं। तो पता है उस टाइम पे तो अबू ज़र भी could not proceed at one time, he had to stop. पता नहीं क्या हो गया था। और इस कुरान आयत में क्या कह रहा है? अब किसने चेंज किया है, किसने चेंज किया है, ये देखना है ना। सूरह आराफ की 160 क्या कह रहा है? कह रहा है कि they 12 descendants and because they were wronging themselves. Sorry, excuse me. Uh, eat of the good things, manna or salwa. Uh-huh. Quails. Ah, we have provided for you, but they rebelled. To us they did not harm, but they harmed their own souls. But they rebelled. Acha. Acha, after finding this, they rebelled. So they rebelled. Prayer, dear Father, we love how you met the needs of your people in the Bible. Did they rebel afterwards? These numbers continue to be significant. I'll have to read this. Matthew, Exodus. My good God. Sorry, I have to. No copyrights. When Pharaoh's horses, chariots. Aaron's sister took a trim. I don't know this, but I'm doing it online. Agar my, I hope I haven't compromised my email. Sing to the Lord, for he is highly exalted. And then the waters of Mara and Elim, इधर तो Red Sea पे आ गए, a desert of Shur. For 3 days they traveled in the desert without finding water. When they came to Mara, they could not drink its water because it was bitter. That is why the place is called Mara. So the people grumbled against Moses, saying, what are we to drink? Then Moses cried out to the Lord, and the Lord showed him a piece of wood. He threw it into the water, and the water became fit to drink. There the Lord issued a ruling and instruction for them and put them to the test. He said, if you listen carefully to the Lord your God and do what is right in his eyes, if you pay attention to his commands and keep all his decrees, I will not bring on you any of the diseases I brought on the Egyptians, for I am the Lord who heals you. Then they came to Elim, where there were 12 springs and 70 palm trees, and they camped there near the water. अच्छा हाँ माना एंड सलवा का भी इधर मेंशन है Quail. The whole Israelite community set out from Elim and came to the desert of Sin, which is between Elim and Sinai, on the 15th day of the second month after they came out of Egypt. In the desert, the whole community grumbled against Moses and Aaron. They are complaining. The Israelites said to them, if only we had died by the Lord's hand in Egypt. Because this is what I was also thinking, that Moses is taking them. You know, I felt like dying. Ah, so I didn't come across this verse. Lekin they were grumbling and all this. But I was even against Moses. I was like, Kash, udhar hi mar jate hain hum log. Because it goes on and then they start to, yes, it's right. They start to worship the calf also. Then the Lord said to Moses, so I felt like, yeah, I felt like these people really. But you have brought us out into this desert. So ye thoda sa, but they were going against, maybe let's see, they went against Moses. Let's see. Then the Lord said to Moses, I will rain down bread from heaven for you, and the people are to go out and each day and gather for that day. In this way, I will test them and see whether they will follow my instructions. On the sixth day, they are to prepare what they bring in. And हाँ इमाम अली ने तो बोला था एक जू आया इमाम अली से पूछा कि on his deathbed Prophet Muhammad ना वो arguments हो गई ये वो तो उसने कहा वो be to you तुम लोग तो मोसेस के टाइम पे क्या हुआ था तुम लोग स्प्लिट हो गए थे when Moses went to the mountain. So Moses and Aaron said to all the Israelites, in the evening you will know that it was the Lord who brought you out of Egypt, and in the morning you will see the glory of the Lord, because he has heard you grumbling against him, complaining against him. Who are we that you should grumble against us? Moses also said, you will know that it was the Lord when he gives you meat to eat in the evening and all the bread you want in the morning, because he has heard your grumbling against him. हाँ बीबी फातिमा ज़हरा आप मुझे वो सूरह इंसान देंगे ना कि वो तो फास्ट किया उन्होंने जब हसन हुसैन को फीवर था जिब्राइल आया उन्होंने अपने क्रम्स दे दिए डेट्स जो भी बचे थे जो भी था बचे नहीं थे whatever they had they gave to Jibril fasting. Who are we? You are not grumbling against us but against the Lord. Then Moses told Aaron, say to the entire Israelite community, come before the Lord, for he has heard your grumbling. While Aaron was speaking to the whole Israelite community, they looked toward the desert, and there was the glory of the Lord appearing in the cloud. The Lord said to Moses, I have heard the grumbling of the Israelites. Tell them at twilight you will eat meat, and in the morning you will be filled with bread. ये है कुरान में like. Then you will know that I am the Lord your God. But cloud में नहीं आया था ना कुरान आयत में सूरह बकरा. But they were grumbling, ये तो है हाँ. Complaining. That evening, quail came and covered the camp, and in the morning there was a layer of dew around the camp. When the dew was gone, thin flakes fall. Okay, what is this? They did not know what it was. When the Israelites saw it, they said to each other, what is it? Moses said to them, it is the bread the Lord has given you to eat. For each person you have in your tent. इधर तक तो शियात राइट हो रहे हैं और कुरान आयतें भी. The Israelites did as they were told. Some gathered much, some little, and when they measured it by the omer, the one who gathered much did not have too much, and the one who gathered little did not have too little. Everyone had gathered just as much as they needed. Then Moses said to them, no one is to keep any of it until morning. Each morning, everyone gathered as much as they did. They did wrong themselves, actually. Gathered twice to omers, so bake until morning. So they saved it until morning, as Moses commanded, and it did stink or get maggots in it. Eat it today, Moses said, because today is a Sabbath to the Lord. Nevertheless, some of the people went out on the seventh day to gather it, but they found none. Then the Lord said to Moses, how long will you refuse to keep my commands and my instructions? And they wronged themselves. Bear in mind that the Lord has given you the Sabbath, and that is why on the sixth day he gives you bread for 2 days. Everyone is to stay where they are. But remember, Moses, even when Prophet Muhammad was with those Sahabas, Muslims, they were also grumbling. They didn't want to go to fight and all this. So the people rested on the seventh day. अब Moses इनको teach कर रहा है और ये grumble कर रहे हैं so that it might be preserved. till they came to the land. They ate manna until they reached the border of Canaan. Water from the rock. The whole Israelite community set out for the desert of Sin, traveling from place to place as the Lord commanded. अब मैं भी कह रही हूँ ये काश उधर ही मर जाते. This is too much for them. So I wasn't agreeing to this as a Shia even. Oh, I started to question everything in my later in year 2000. कि ये भी सही नहीं. But the Quran is right that I think they wronged themselves by complaining. Moses replied, "Why do you quarrel with me? Why do you put the Lord to the test?" But the people were thirsty for water there, and they grumbled against Moses. They said, "Why did you bring us up out of Egypt to make us and our children and livestock die of thirst?" Then Moses cried out to the Lord, "What am I to do with these people? They are almost ready to stone me." अच्छा Moses तो Prophet Muhammad से बेहतर है. Now you see the people are not believing. Also ये point. The Lord answered Moses, "Go out in front of the people, take with you some of the elders of Israel, and take in your hand the staff with which you struck the Nile, and go. I will stand there before you by the rock at Horeb. Strike the rock, and water will come out of it for the people to drink." So Moses did this in the sight of the elders of Israel. And he called the place Massah and Meribah because the Israelites quarreled, and because they tested the Lord, saying, "Is the Lord among us or not?" So they were wronging themselves by testing the Lord. Mm. They could not believe in Moses. They were about to stone him. तो हाँ ये कुरान आयत है. अच्छा फिर क्या हुआ है? फिर ये कि हम हाँ इस पे तो I do correct myself. हाँ अच्छा तो ये हो गया. Oh I have to अच्छा ये हो गया. आप लोग जीत गए. मैं गलत हूँ. देखेंगे. हाँ गलत तो मैं इधर हूँ कि ये कुरान आयत कह रही है कि they wronged themselves and they harmed their own souls, but they could not harm us. खुदा के. फिर देखें क्या हो रहा है. And mention, O Muhammad, when it is said to them, "Dwell in this city, Jerusalem, and eat from what it wherever you will, and say, Relieve us of our burden, i.e., sins, and enter the gate bowing humbly. We will then forgive you your sins. We will increase the doers of good." Acha. But those who wronged among them changed the words to a statement other than that which had been said to them. So, oh my God. Okay. So we went upon them. We sent upon them a punishment from the sky for the wrong that they were doing. आपको ये कुरान बाइबल में मिलेगा, right? And asked them about the town that was by the sea, when they transgressed in the matter of the Sabbath, when the fish came to them openly on the Sabbath day, manna and quail came. Fish also came, and the day they had no Sabbath, they did not अच्छा fish. Maybe the other Exodus में लिखा है. अच्छा इतना मुझे इल्म नहीं है. माफ करना. I don't have that kind of knowledge right now. And whatever I remember, I forget, even now, like the ayats and all numbers. And when a community among them said, "Why do you advise to warn a people whom Allah is about to destroy or to punish with a severe punishment?" They, the advisors, said, "To be absolved before your Lord, and perhaps they may fear him." And when they forgot, मैं ये भी देख रही हूँ कि ये शायद हुवै से नहीं लिया है और चीफ से। तो इतना जो सही भी है ना, मुझे तो फिर प्रॉफिट मोहम्मद से नहीं आ रहा है, अल्लाह से। सॉरी। And when they forgot that by which they had been reminded, we saved those who had forbidden evil and seized those who wronged, and with a wretched punishment because they were defiantly disobeying. So when they were insolent about that which they had been forbidden, we said to them, be apes, despise. And mention when your Lord declared that he would surely send upon them until the day of resurrection those who would afflict them with the worst torment. Indeed, your Lord is swift in penalty. So I have to look at these Quran ayats again with those Bible verses, Old Testament. जो ये हुआ था और जो भी mention है वहाँ. And we divided them throughout the earth into nations. नहीं, Allah did not hate the Jews, Bani Israel, but they were grumbling in all Moses' time. So it's right. And we tested them with good times and bad, and perhaps you would return to obedience. And there followed them successors who inherited the scripture while taking the commodities of this lower life and saying it will be forgiven for us, forgiven for us. And if an offer like it comes to them, they will again take it. It was not the covenant of the scripture. अच्छा, अब मुझे ये देखना है, sorry, माफ करें. I have to see whether these ayats are truly for, it's truly in the, you know, where it comes to the Yathrib Jews, or does it really come from Allah to Muhammad? Or if, what changes could he have made here or added, taken them, and they would have said about Allah accept the truth, and they studied what was in it, and the home of, wait a minute, taking the commodities of this lower life and saying it will be forgiven for us. So Muhammad ने एक oath break किया सूरह तहरीम में, and Allah said, Muslims, you are protected now. तो Allah भी तो change कर रहा है ना. But those who hold fast to the book and establish prayer, indeed we will not allow to be lost the reward of the formers. But those who hold fast to the book and establish prayer, indeed we will not allow to be lost the reward of the reformers. Reformers? Muslihina. Yani whom you would call, if they reform, Sunnis call Shias, doing biddat, innovating, reformers. देखिए कितना हक है इधर. 170. Has he taken the weakness of the children of Israel when they complained to Moses? And mention when we, because sorry, in the Surah Hashara, it's also Surah Tahrim, like God has protected him from sin. So from there, the Shias go, no, anything he does wrong, or he takes, he makes unlawful what Allah has made lawful for him, he's sinless, even if he makes a mistake. But you see, what is at stake is haqq. Because in Surah Hashar, we're told their houses were broken, they were expelled from their homes. अब ये last or very big thing में आया है ना. So how can you say the Prophet Muhammad is sinless? आपने बिल्कुल हक पे बात की है और ये ऐसा कहना चाहिए. when he's making mistakes and he's breaking his Allah's law in Surah Tahrim. And mention when we read, और इनको कह रहा है कि नहीं नहीं आप मुसलमान भी रिफॉर्म पता है ला सकते हैं. We will never waste the reward of those who do righteous deeds. Reward of the reformers or do righteous deeds? Al-Muslihin. Here it's put word by word Quran, Arabic, in English, reformers, not righteous. Difference in translation makes a big difference. You know, when Shias bring about reform, because through their imams, they are allowed to. The Sunnis say they are doing biddat. So please do a great research on this, whether Muslihin means righteous for the righteous or does it mean for the reformers is a great reward or a reward. The reward will not go to waste. The Sunni aap bhul jaएं. If this turns out this word, what Sahih International has put and what here word by word is put, ayat pe translation, Surah Araf ayat 170, इसका मतलब है कि those who hold fast to the book and establish the prayer, indeed we will not let go waste the reward of the reformers. The reformers लिखा है इधर Quran.com. तो अब हाँ एक वक्त में but I'm not on this point. Translate please. Ayat. Now I'm stuck here. Look at even in my religion I get stuck. अभी तो I was stuck on how could shaitan go, Iblis go against God, right? As to those who hold fast by the book and establish, thank God, you know, you ignore bad luck. He's here, back here, huh? Message retracted. ये फालतू लोगों को इग्नोर करो. As to those घटिया लोगों को इग्नोर करो. And mention when we raised the mountain above them, as if it was a dark cloud and they were certain that it would fall upon them. Hmm? Really? ऐसे यानी Jews ये Jews के बारे में and Allah said the cloud came dark cloud and they were certain that it would fall upon them. Let me see, there is a footnote. 1. For their rebellion and disobedience. Dark cloud. And they were certain that it would fall upon them. And Allah said, take what we have given you with determination and remember what is. अरे हमें और भी पागल कर I will go crazy. Okay? And mention when your Lord took from the children of Adam, from their loins, and their descendants and made them testify of themselves, saying to them, am I not your Lord? They said, yes, we have testified, lest you should say on the अच्छा छोड़ दो ये. No, this is very, this, today also what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go further, stretch it. Every ayat I come across, there's something or the other here. Do you think I'm wrong? शैतान ने मुझे पकड़ा हुआ है. Made them testify as to themselves. They said, yes, we testify. तो आप सब लोग कहें, am I not your Lord? Yes, बोलो. अब Lord कहाँ है? Am I not? I में ना, I am में. Moses का जो दिया, आपको इसमें आज़म नहीं पता है कि क्या है सबसे ग्रेटेस्ट इसमें आज़म? I am. और देखें आप फिर बोलेंगे रिमेंबर. अभी आप याद करें, दिमाग को यूज़ करें. मैं भी ये सोच रही थी कराची में कि ये हमें याद ही नहीं है, याद ही नहीं है. और इमाम अली कहता है कि व्हाट इज़ रॉन्ग विथ यू पीपल? You know, the hereafter doesn't come in your imaginations. और मैं पागलों की तरह जा रही हूँ, remember hereafter, remember hereafter. See if in your whole imagination hereafter comes or not comes, आता ही नहीं. जब तक hereafter का description नहीं आएगा तो imagination में hereafter आएगा कैसे? hereafter क्या है? imagination भी बेचारी मेरी थक गई. Right? अब ये है कि इधर आप रिमेंबर तो कर नहीं सकते हैं. You can't remember. Try your best. मेमोरी में आपके कहाँ है? वो एक ने लिखा है पोम, सेंट जोसेफ्स कॉलेज में हमने पढ़ा था लिटरेचर या इंग्लिश क्लास में. हाँ, वो माय ओह दैट इन दोज़ इनोसेंट इयर्स, वो हेनरी वॉन था. आई वांट टू गो बैक टू दोज़ इनोसेंस जब इब्लीस भी नहीं था. हाँ, इब्लीस तो था ही नहीं. नहीं, इब्लीस था लेकिन इब्लीस ने अभी तक वो कॉन्फ्लिक्ट नहीं हुआ था. कहाँ था? वो कब था? वी डोंट नो. राइट, हेनरी वॉन्स or what is that? Oh my, Henry Vaughan. I want to go back. Henry Vaughan's my वो भी मैं भूल गई. अल्लाह मुझे वोगन नहीं कहना. वोगन कहना ही नहीं. Don't say वोगन ज़रा. वो मुझे मिस शफ़ीका फ़िक्री ने करेक्ट किया. I saw eternity the other night. Henry Vaughan can see eternity. O Lord, the hope of Israel, they're all gone into the world of light. Wits and eyes. हाँ, ये हेनरी वॉन बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है. मैं तोतली हो रही हूँ. Please forgive me. What what teach? और ये क्या? Eternity. हेनरी वॉन. और आप बोलेंगे इस पोएट के पास नहीं जाओ, ये लोग वेवर्ड हैं. सूरह शुअरा को याद रखो. Oh, Henry Vaughan, very, very good, I tell you. He remember his past when he was innocent. Peace, retirement. I can't remember. Okay, so here, I can't remember. Wasn't it Henry Vaughan who wrote that poem? Where's Mariam? But Mariam was not in intermediate. She was in BA. Mariam, are you here? No, she's not here. Oh, retreat. The retreat. Suddenly it comes. Suddenly. Yes, tell me it is the retreat. Yes, Mariam, thank you. I remembered you and the. No, it is Miss Shafika Fikri, I think. What this video is giving me? Poetry Foundation. Shined in my angel infancy. अल्लाह बेचारे एंजल भी एक जिन बन गया. Happy those early days when I shined. आपको याद आ रहा है? In the loins of when God made you bear witness to Himself. Shined in my angel infancy. Before I and Allah मुझे तो अपना पुराना घर याद आ रहा था. And I went and told my father that I miss my old house. And he said, "You people always going backward. Now you have good house, good defense. I want to go back to my old house." Before I understood this place, appointed for my second race, or taught my soul to fancy art, but a white celestial thought. When yet I had not walked above a mile or two from my first love. What this? And looking back at the short space, could see a glimpse of his bright face. When on some gilded cloud or flower, my gazing soul would dwell an hour, and in those weaker glories spy some shadows of eternity. Before I taught my tongue to wound my conscience with a sinful sound, or had the black art dispense a several sin to every sense, but felt through all this fleshly dress bright shoots of everlastingness. अरे ये तो आ रहा है इमेजिनेशन में हेनरी वॉन के जो इमाम अली ने कहा हियर आफ्टर everlastingness, bright shoots of everlasting. Oh, how I long to travel back. मैं शिया थी मुझे नहीं आ रहा था. And tread again that ancient track, that I might once more reach that plain where first I left my glorious train, from whence the enlightened spirit sees. Are, it means my spirit is not enlightened in St. Joseph's College, that shady city of palm trees. Don't tell me, Yathrib. But my soul with too much stay. मैं अभी ये सोच रही थी. I was thinking, is drunk and staggers in the way. Some men a forward motion love like my father, but I by backward steps would move. And when this dust falls to the urn, in that state I came, return. You see? So this also. Now, Henry Vaughan remember, and they remind me in college, my teacher reading this out in class. And how come I not to remember? Remember, remember, fame. I'm gonna live for. Sorry, Muslims and this day, end of the day. No, no, end of the world. Very near, there's a Quran ayats in one house, and at the same time dancing and TV. You see, channel. You have. I'm making the end of the world coming closer. And remember when your Lord brought. Remember, Keraya, you like. How do we? Let's see what it says here. And when taken was by your Lord from the children. So, loins. Oh, so of this you be unaware. It doesn't say remember, because remembrance would bring the mind, memory, or maybe from the heart we can from where we remember. It doesn't say, and when taken was by your Lord from the children of Adam, from their loins, their descendants, and made them testify over themselves. Am I not your Lord? They said, yes, Bala, we have testified. Shahid, Shahid, lest you say on the day they came that we were unaware, ghafil में थे हम. देखें आप गाफिल नहीं रहे हैं, आप enlightened रहे हैं. अब देखें किधर इन्होंने हमें लॉस में डाला है. एक तरफ से कह रहे हैं रीजन यूज करो, गाफिल अनअवेयर, और गाफिल का ऑपोजिट क्या है? अवेयरनेस. You not want to see it in your awareness. You not want to see I am the witness. मुझी बाबा के पास आपको भेज देंगे. But he said, no, I not to force people. He gave us an invitation. So this is Surah Araf, verse 172. You not want to be ghafil. You want to be, what's the opposite of ghafil? Unaware. You want to be aware, right? So no, you are not supposed to remember through the mind or through the imagination. You not to use your imagination. You're going round, round, round like I went, like crazy, round, 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 roller coaster. Because Imam Ali say, what is the matter with you people that even the hereafter not come in the imagination, but I have to, then I come and say, Imam Ali, oh, we not to use imagination. We not to use images, vision. Then what we use? But Imam Ali not explain to you people like this. कब से आप लोग भी गफलत में रहे हैं. Because the rightful heirs of this verse are not there to explain it to you. And those who have lied to you and snatched these verses away from them have survived. And when they go after them, you say that they're going after Ali Muhammad. They're enemies of Ali Muhammad. You don't see how stubbornly stubborn they were in lying and taking someone's someone's inheritance away. They were the people of inheritance. That's why Abu Bakr not to give Fadak back to Bibi Fatma to Zahra. How many Shia suffered? My own mother, I felt, was misguided, even though she was very like Hazrat Abbas, Ummul Mumineen, her favorite, and this and that, doing religious like that. And thus do we explain detail the verses, and perhaps they will return in this life. Signs we have given you, and recite to them the news of him to whom we gave knowledge of our signs, but he detached himself from them. So Satan pursued him, and he became of the deviators. Now, isn't it Muhammad himself? This is what I'm trying to prove to you, and you're saying, respect my prophet. But you have ikhtilaf within you, those who deliberately persist in error to the point of destruction. ये Muhammad था. And if we had will, we could have elevated him thereby, but he adhered instead to the earth and followed his own desire. Okay. When did Muhammad follow his own desire? Salah Din says, what do you know about Islam? You don't, the Arabic letters? You don't even know Arabic? What a nonsense. Do you know what nikah means, Salah Din? You know Arabic? Salah Din, you know Arabic? You know what nikah means? Yes? What does nikah mean? Tell me what nikah means, please. So, are you a Sunni or a Shia? Do you think that Shias don't know Arabic? They're ulamas, Iraqi, Irani. Okay, Irani ulamas, leave them. The Iraqi ulamas, Tabatabai. So, what is nikah? Nisa, women. No, no, I'm talking about nikah, sorry. N, the word in, I will show you the verse on this. Nikah, nikah, not Nisa. Do you think the Shias have spoken marriage? No, it doesn't mean marriage. Come to UAE, ask the Arabs to say nikah for, what the Pakistanis say about nikah. They won't say nikah, they'll say aqad, contract. Where are you from, Pakistan? Why don't the Arabs say nikah? It is absolutely is. No, it is not absolutely. Don't lie. Are you from Pakistan or are you an Arab? Tell me, are you from Pakistan? Where are you from? You're Saudi Arabian, originally from Saudi Arabia. And nikah means? That's what your people have said. Nikah means wedlock matrimony. Do they say, let's go for a nikah? Let's go attend a nikah. Let's have a nikah in Saudi Arabia. Or do they say aqad? Huh? In Saudi Arabia, when you have marriages, when you have the religious ceremony, the alim coming, Religious scholar coming to ask the woman, bride, what do you say at that time? Contract, marriage contract, when you have, you say it's a nikah or it's aqad? What do you say in Saudi Arabia? Tell me. I will find out whether you're lying or you're telling the truth. You are seeing it in the screen as I said it. No, no, nikah, your people don't know what it means. No, no, but tell me, what do you say, you Arabs in Saudi Arabia? Do you say aqad? I invite you to a aqad. This is aqad, or do you say this is nikah? Huh? You are seeing it. No, no, you are liars. Whether the screen shows me what your religious scholars are saying or what even your mufti is saying, I will not accept it until I understand it. Actually, what it says, because I know you liars, and I know you've been lying. Okay, it's Surah Nisa, verse 21. And about the ablution verse, you say this means we understood Quran by the old Arabic, not the new. Okay, old Arabic is what? So you don't believe in Shia Islam. You believe in your Wahhabism in Saudi Arabia? Huh? Are you a Wahhabi? So you believe in Wahhab, right? What about ablutions? Do you wipe your feet or do you wash your feet? Do you wipe your feet like the Shias do? Or do you wash your feet? What does that Quran ayat mean? Quran was revealed 1400 years ago. Really? And you have evidence of that. How many Qurans are there? No, no, you believe. You know where Wahhabi comes from. Are you a Wahhabi? Are you a Wahhabi, Salahuddin? Wait a minute. Wahhabism. We understand it by the. We who? You are one Saudi. What are you? I'm asking you, are you a Wahhabi or not? You're not replying. Wahhabiyya is a Sunni Islamic revivalist and fundamentalist movement associated with the reformist doctrines of the 18th century Arabian Islamic scholar, theologian, preacher, and activist Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab. Muslim. What kind of Muslim? There are Ahl Sunnah, there are Wahhabis, there are Shias. Call yourself Muslim from the Quran ayat. What does it say? So you are not a Mormon, you are a Muslim only? Even at this, I can put you in your place. Say you're Muslim, but you can't say you're Mormon, right? You have not accepted faith. So you are not a believer. You're just a Muslim. You have not yet or known what is the ayat. You have not yet accepted with your hearts or something. Where's that ayat? So you are only, say you are Muslims. So you're a Muslim and you are a Quran only, following the Quran and the Sunnah to the letter, to the letter. The Baduans say we have believed, say you have not yet believed. Surah Hujurat, Ayat 14. So, yes, you are not a believer. If you say you are a Muslim, you are not a believer. Those, the desert Arabs say believe, say we have, say you have no faith, but you only say we have submitted our wills to Allah. Muslims, for not yet has faith entered your hearts. But if you obey Allah and His Messenger, He will not belittle out of your deeds. Those who obey Allah and the Messenger, and you're tested on that, when you come up to the test, when you completely obey Allah and the Messenger, what does it make you? A believer then, not just a Muslim. Do you understand this ayat? The Bedouin desert Arabs were told, desert Arabs, Bedouins, when they said, we believe, they were told, no, no, don't say you believe. Faith has not yet entered your hearts or you. Faith has not entered. Just say we are Muslim. So you're that kind of Muslim, Bedouin Arab deserts were told to say, not Mormon. And those ayats for the believers are then not for you. For not yet has faith entered your hearts. You see this ayat? And you don't even know when to call yourselves believers, Mormon. excuses. Come to this ayat. Okay, now can you hear me? Thank you for telling me that you couldn't hear me. Now can you hear me? I apologize. I thought you were making excuses. Now can you hear me? Yes? Okay, Saladin. Now tell me what this ayat means. You said you're a Muslim, and I told you that it's not sufficient for Allah, according to this ayat, because the Bedouins also said the same thing. No, sorry. The Bedouins said they were believers, they were mu'min. Say you have not yet believed, but say instead we have submitted, being Muslims. Like, for example, Muslims. You're Muslims, meaning you're Muslims. So say you're Muslim, but you have not believed until you obey Allah and His Messenger, meaning this ayat means. So come to this ayat. Since you claim to know Arabic, you should know the meaning of this ayat. At the tip of your tongue, you should know it. So I don't even have to tell you to go to this ayat. You should be a Hafiz-e Quran. Now, what do you say to the Shias that they should not call themselves Shias? Even when some of your Muslims call themselves Wahhabis and Salafis, you put those aside and you go and attack the Shias about this. And sorry, according to this ayat, you are just a Muslim like those Bedouins who said, no, we are believers. We have believed. But what does this Quran ayat mean in Surah Hujurat, verse 14? Is my voice coming clearly? Salahuddin, is my voice coming clearly? Then you see, you say, I'm a Muslim, but you are just at the stage of these Bedouins if you say you are a Muslim. Your heart, your faith has not entered your heart. And if you obey Allah and His Messenger, then only, what does this ayat mean? If you obey Allah and His Messenger, then only can you be believers. But for now, call yourselves Muslims. You are at the stage of this Bedouin, these Bedouins. Surah Hujurat, ayah 14. Do you no, no, excuse me. You have failed here. You can't even answer this question. And you're going to, do you prophets are called Muslim in the Quran? Do you believe the prophets? No. You come to this ayat first. Do you know the meaning of this ayat? Surah Hujurat, ayat 14. Where from Saudi Arabia? What a bad name you're giving to Saudi Arabia. You have failed here to give me an answer. Do you understand this ayah? 14. Sorry, I have to speak loud like this. My tone might raise. Brother Saladin. Meaning those prophets also who called themselves Muslims were in the stage of the Bedouins here. They could not call themselves believers because they did not obey Allah and His Messenger. You know that. And that Mormons are at a higher stage than the Muslims. This is what the ayat is saying, and how could this ayat escape you? Then you know what you do? You go on saying that the Shias have divided us and all this. You don't attack the Wahhabis. You don't attack the Salafis. You don't attack the Ahl Sunnah. You don't attack the God. Sorry, excuse me, I can't pronounce. Behelvis in Pakistan or India. whatever they call themselves. But you specifically attack the Shias for dividing Muslims by calling themselves Shias. What Arab are you that you can't understand this ayat, what it means? And according to your own interpretation and all this, you're giving me about nikah. Salah ad-Din. Answer me about this. So I wanted to show you that you have not yet become Momin. Good. You are as good as these Bedouins. And you have failed. You don't know about your ayats. So stop pointing fingers and blaming others. And coming in this other way, this ayah just show Iman is a greater station than Islam. We know that. Iman is a greater station than Islam. Now you're taking the whole of Islam and saying Iman is a greater station than Islam. Meaning Momin is a greater station than Muslim. Right? Now you see this. Like you said, yes, this ayah just show Iman is a greater station than Islam. Yes? So you agree that someone who says, I'm a Momin, has a greater station than someone who says, I'm a Muslim. Right, brother? Yes or no? Right or wrong? According to this ayat. Sure. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much for seeing this. Not that I'm right or you're wrong or what the Quran ayat is saying. Thank you. Thank you so much, Saladin. I wish the best for you. So now we agree, okay, about this. Someone who calls himself a Momin is higher in grade than someone who calls himself a Muslim. So please amend your ways now. At least the words you say. Great. I'm so glad you agreed and you saw it. Not agreeing to me, but what the Quran ayat has told you here. Because I'm after the truth, brother. So a very nice Saudi Arabian. I wish your country the best. God bless. Best wishes to Saudi Arabia. Your people. I hope we can amend, our ways and correct ourselves. This is, I now believe that you are a Saudi Arabia. Because I've seen other Muslims coming and arguing and not seeing the Quran ayat for what it is. We correct them and they won't see. So so please don't, just because I don't know Arabic and you're taking the weakness of mine. Let's amend our ways. Let's accept our faults. I'm much grateful that you did here. Okay, now we go to, and thank you so much for coming here. But please don't, initially try to understand what I have left and what I'm going through, And what is at stake? What is the argument that's stopping you from Islam? There are many things, discrepancies in the Quran, Muslims failing to understand the Quran ayats properly and then blaming others and saying, respect Prophet Muhammad, otherwise we will kill you or harm you or put you in a, torture you or something like that, or punish you in some way. There are many things that this Quran and Islam is a false Islam, false religion. And this is what I'm trying to show also. Now, the Baduans in Surah Hashar, where it says, so today it is for my Shias that even the Al Muhammad, the Surah Qasr, is not on Bibi Fatima Zahra. I need to correct them. My Shias, can you hear me? So I need to correct my Shias about this, and I was on this. That maybe from the Jews came the chief from Hawaii, the 12 Springs and all that. So the relics family, what I want to say is that the holy progeny came from the Jews and not Prophet Muhammad. Oh, yes, and he says that he is related to Ismail, right? So that I have to prove also that he was not related to Ismail, or if he was related to Ismail, there were many who were related to Ismail, maybe because God had said in the Old Testament that Ismail will have his progeny, and he was not the only one, and that maybe someone else was the true prophet or the Messiah of the Jews, or from, the Messiah may not have come of the Jews, but Huwei was the one. And here I'm trying, so this is what I'm trying to prove, that the holy progeny of Prophet Muhammad was also not, were not the real bearers of the true religion, monotheistic Jewish religion, which he has turned to Islam, Prophet Muhammad. And his family was not the five holy family progeny. This is what I'm trying to prove. Okay, why do you feel it is okay you hurt someone with regard their beloved? I never said, please don't put these words in my mouth. What am I saying? Okay, why do you feel it is okay you hurt someone with regard their beloved? And he hasn't, Prophet Muhammad hasn't hurt anyone regarding their beloved Safiya bint Huway. He didn't marry after killing her father, Huway. I'm not the one. The Prophet did this. All that you're saying the Prophet has done. You judge Islam based on the Quran, not Muslims. Of course, I'm judging the Quran based on Islam, not Muslims. But when Muslims like you come and question me, I have to put you straight, right? The Prophet, the Prophet got married to, and you break houses, so it is okay for you. Here I'm saying he expelled. Okay, let's say I come to Saudi Arabia, right? I bring my religion. Is that my home? Is that my city? Prophet Muhammad can migrate from there. So if the Saudis don't agree with my religion, and I claim to be a prophetess, am I to leave that country or expel them? Expel you all Saudis. Let's say a Shia comes there and says about against the Saudi king, the owner of the Kaabas, right? Kaaba, caretakers of the Kaaba. And they say, no, no, no. Our Imam, it's our Imams are caretakers of the Kaaba, not you, your kings, right? The people ask him to migrate, he doesn't enforce himself on them. Right, right. So why has the Prophet Muhammad enforced? Right, very well put. And in other words, so the people will ask him to leave, right? They will not execute a Shia, which they did. They executed Nashar bin Nashar. What? Nashar? What was that Shia who they executed in Saudi Arabia? And here, Surah Hashar. Please don't tell me read in context this ayat. So you agree that if a Shia comes in your land or a prophetess and says, they should migrate, not, you know, I should go away. People ask him to migrate, he doesn't enforce himself on them. Yes. On you people, he will not enforce you, he cannot, right? So then why has Prophet Muhammad done this to the Jews of Yathrib in their land? No, they ask him to come to the Medina. No, they didn't ask him to come to Medina. No, no, no. Which history? First, look here. Forget they asked him or not. Maybe they wanted to save him, and so they poor invited him to Medina. Okay, if your life is in danger in Makkah, even if your UAE or Saudi prince invites me to to, let's say, he saved. Who did he save? His Highness, Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, Yemen's president. What if Yemen's president starts saying, Abdul Rahman, Abdul Rabbo, huh? What if he tells the King Salman there that now no, you invited me, now you listen to me here, my religion. What if he was of a different religion, right? My life was danger in Yemen, but okay, what if he's a Christian or some other religion? Let's take that. And Muhammad bin Salman, to save the Yemeni president, said, come to Saudi Arabia. Although a Muslim will never help a Christian if his life is in danger. But let's suppose this was it. He comes to Saudi Arabia and he says, now you listen to me. If you believe in Allah, my Allah, and this, you will, you know, whatever the case is. And why are you now attacking me here? Should he not leave, even if they invited him? It is he who expelled the ones who disbelieved. He's using his Allah to say that his Allah expelled the ones who disbelieved. Didn't hear about the treaty of the Medina that Muslims and Jews lived together. Who broke the treaty? Now you're going to ask me that. Don't lead me there. Salahuddin. Those Jews broke that. See? I knew your answer was like immediate here. No, no, no. What were okay, the Jews broke the treaty, you say. So they can, if the Jews broke the treaty, did they break the houses of the Muslims? Did they expel the Muslims from Yathrib? Did they break the houses? Those Jews broke that. Broke what? Just a treaty. The Jews broke the treaty, killed one or two Muslims, and were after what? The life of the Prophet? Did he die? Did they manage to kill him? He lived to even take Makkah from Abu Sufyan, the Quraysh leader. Those Jews broke the treaty, not houses of the Muslims. And excuse me, in the other ayat, what are you told? Look at this. They destroyed their houses. With their own hands, God terrorized them, this terrorizing God. And the hands of the believers. About whom Surat Al Hashr? It is about the Jews of Yathrib. You don't even know that, and you're coming here questioning me, and you're talking about the treaty they broke. But you can't see this. Are you a Pakistani again? I'm asking you. You don't know about Surah Hashr? About whom Surat Al Hashr? You don't even know what these ayats on are? About whom they are? And you claim to know Arabic and the Quran. You must be the Hafiz of Quran. I thought you're coming from Saudi Arabia, you know, the Hafiz. Let's say you don't know, you know Arabic, but are you a Hafiz of Quran? You don't even know what Surah Hashr is about. Whose houses were broken? This was their crime. No, no, no. You just told me you know Arabic. It wasn't their crime. Retaliation kind. You retaliate what they retaliated. Life for life. So you want what do you want to believe in? You want to believe in it was their crime? You are absolutely wrong. I've gone too far in this and you're taking me back somewhere that you know Quran, Arabic. Are you a Pakistani Muslim? Are you going to play games with me here? Where your prophet toyed with lives, being a terrorist. You don't know. You go and do your homework, then come here. Then don't waste my time here. You are a Pakistani. You don't know what Prophet Muhammad and his believers did? Not even Muslims. To the Jews of Yathrib? Here it says, among the people of the scripture. You don't, Quran.com, I'm on your site, Sunni site, Muslim site, whatever you may call it. They attempted to attempted, but did they pass to assassinate? Could he not run away? Could he not migrate? Before this, you've said again. Before this, you've said. What did we come to? Don't play games with me. Someone comes in Saudi Arabia. The people ask him to migrate. He doesn't enforce himself on them. He shouldn't enforce himself on them. He should migrate, right? Go back, scroll back and see what you have said here. When I asked you about Saudi Arabia, and if I was a prophetess, I would not even survive coming, I could not even step in your country as a non Muslim. So, whoever attempted, they did not, they failed. But you don't break their houses, the children are, the wives are, the mothers are in the houses, their fathers are in the houses, and cut down their trees also, and expel them from the land. You get the group of people who attempted to assassinate Prophet Muhammad. You don't go striking terror in their hearts. What is the treaty? Baba, we'll come to the treaty because this guy is a liar. His Allah is a liar. We cannot go to the treaty right now. See your way. I have put blood and sweat in this to show you what it is. Excuse me, What he attempted to kill Huwei and took his daughter and got married to him. They had the right to kill him if they wanted to. They, please watch what you are saying. I'm saying he's a terrorist. According to the Quranites I've come to, you don't even know what you are saying. You are taking me to the treaty unnecessarily. Now, Quranites are there which have called polytheists. You listen here. Keep your nonsense to yourself. What do you call the polytheists? Hmm? Impure or not? You watch yourself now, or else I'm going to kick you out of here. They attempted to assassinate him, and he's not giving them problems there. All the time it's his Allah, obey him, worship him. Surah Fath Ayat 9. Praise him morning and evening. Even Zainab bin Josh's life and Zed's life he destroyed, marriage he destroyed. So you better watch out. Because I'm not going to respect a terrorist or a tyrant. And I've put him in his place. Your prophet, on the pretext of my life, attempted, what is attempted assassination? Who has been killed for attempted assassination? Whose houses have been destroyed for attempted assassination? How many houses were destroyed? How many trees were cut down? And they were exiled from their homelands. Who does this? Tell me. So please, you watch yourself here. Because your prophet, this Islamic prophet, has done zulm on others in its time. And this tyrant should be quadruply punished because he says he slept in Hafsa's house with Maria the Coptic. And what does he say here? Protects himself from oath breaking. Surah Tahrim. And what does he say in Surah Azab? What is Allah says? Double punishment for those wives, Ummul Mumineen, his wives, who openly do lewdness, right? Openly. Okay, he did it in Hafsa's house. He could have gone somewhere else and done it, slept with Maria the Coptic. So what does he, if I prove, and I have proven, you're late. I've already proven through many, many live streams of mine that this prophet was a tyrant, false prophet, transgressor. And Allah greatly hates him for saying what he does not do. Surah Saf ayat. So are you a Pakistani here? I don't entertain Pakistanis. They killed my Shias, my former religious people. And they escape. Tyrants, terrorists. And who was in 9/11? So you Muslims can do this and get away with Shias in Pakistan, Shias in Bahrain, Shias in Saudi Arabia. Americans, I'm sorry, but okay, Salahuddin. I'm sorry, but that isn't Islam, and this is Islam. Please, Salahuddin, if you really are Saudi Arabian, I will take time out for you, brother, to show you that Hamach, unnecessarily, I'm not. My life is at stake. I'm from a Muslim country. I was a Shia. I even looked at Sunni Islam. I looked at all Islams. No, no, this is the true Islam. This is the true Islam. The Daesh Islam is the true Islam. The ISIS Islam is the true Islam. Kill them wherever you find them. If they give a bad name, if the Sunnis feel that Shias are giving a bad name to Islam, bringing out biddat, innovation, and all this, you're allowed to kill them. Surah Tawbah, let's read. He even went after those who did not break the treaty. After the 4 months of sacred months are over. So, what do you say about that in Surah Tawbah? Have you read Surah Tawbah properly? He even killed those polytheists or had to make them Muslims. Those ones. So, here, brother, we have a lot. We have a whole description of terrorism when this is not his land. And if there was an attempt of assassination on the Prophet in Yathrib, he must leave. According to another Quran ayat, which one? When the angels take the souls of people, what do they say? In what position were you? They said They said we were oppressed. So they will be told, was not the earth vast for you? Meaning, could you not migrate or emigrate? There's a difference between migration and emigration. Emigration is when it's your own country and you're oppressed. So they will, if you have the means, you should. But if you're rendered so helpless, so tortured, so incapacitated, then the other ayat says, okay. But this one where you can leave, you can migrate, you can emigrate from your country. Do so, otherwise you will be in hell. I just showed that ayat in one of the previous live streams. So I am sorry also. Please, your prophet has not only his Allah, using Allah and others' ayats, he has stolen ayats, I've seen, from the Jews. Uh, he made the Christians pay jizya. Was it his land? They were living in their land. The policies were allowing him with the Christian of Najran, to live there without paying jizya. But he wants army. Why does he want army? And he says, okay, we were told Mubaila happened, right? And then jizya they have to pay. They are dhimmis. He made these Christians, Jews, dhimmis. He got the polytheists out of Makkah, their homeland. And the ones who didn't break the treaty also would be killed if they don't accept Islam. The rest, disbelievers, they're considered those who do not believe in one God and obey Allah, are the mujrimun, They are the criminals. Okay, I have to go now. The thing is on. I'll come back. Thank you so much for being here, and sorry about all, but from my side at least, I apologize, and I hope you see the truth and open your eyes and leave this religion and this false prophet. Thank you so much. God bless you all and your family members.